student may assign teaching strategy, which is Jigsaw puzzle strategy. This strategy is commonly used in teaching integrated science to promote collaboration, active learning among students. The Jigsaw puzzle strategy is the cooperative learning technique where students work together in groups. Each student is assigned a specific part of the lesson. They become an expert in the part and then teach it to their group members. It is called Jigsaw because just like a puzzle, each student holds one piece of information. When all students share their parts, that's why the whole lesson becomes complete. The key principles of the Jigsaw strategy include: first, cooperative learning; second, shared responsibility; third, active participation; and fourth, peer teaching. So that's why students depend on each other to fully understand the lesson. There are several advantages of using this strategy. It encourages teamwork and cooperation. It improves communication skills. Students become more responsible for their learning. It helps students understand the lesson more deeply because they explain it to the others. However, there are also some challenges when using the Jigsaw puzzle strategy in the classroom. First, some students may not appreciate actively in the discussion. There are students who may feel shy or not confident enough to explain their assigned topic to their group members. Second, this strategy requires good classroom management. The teacher needs to organize the groups carefully and make sure that every student understands their role in the activity. Another challenge is that the activity may take more time compared to traditional teaching methods. The teacher must give enough time for students to discuss in expert groups and also their knowledge in their home groups. Because of this challenge, the teacher must guide and monitor the student closely. The teacher should encourage participation and support students who may be having difficulty explaining their topic. Now, let us discuss the steps using the Jigsaw strategy in the classroom. First, the teachers begin by dividing the lesson into several parts or subtopics. Each part should represent an important concept of the lesson so that when all parts are combined, students can understand the entire topic clearly. Second, the teachers form small groups called home groups. Each home group usually consists of 4 to 6 students. These groups will work together throughout the activity and will be responsible for combining the different pieces of information. Third, the teacher assigns a specific topic or subtopic to each member of the group, and and each student is responsible for learning their assigned part carefully because they will later explain it to their group members. Fourth, students who have the same assigned topic from different groups shall together to form expert groups. In these expert groups, students discuss the topics, share ideas, and help each other understand the information better. This step is important because it allows students to become more confident and knowledgeable about their assigned topic. After the discussion in expert groups, the students return to their original home groups. Each student then teaches their assigned topic to their members of the group, while one student explains and others listen, ask questions, and take notes so they can understand the topic clearly. Finally, the group combines all the information shared by each member. In this way, the group can understand the entire lesson because of each student contribute one important part of the topic. After the activity, the teacher may evaluate student learning through quizzes, reflection questions, discussions, or group presentation to check their understanding of the lesson. An example of a science competency that can use this strategy is describe the relationship between temperature and the motion of particles. In this lesson, the teacher can divide the topic into several subtopics so that each student becomes responsible for learning one part of the lesson. For example, one student can discuss the meaning of temperature and explain that temperature measures the average kinetic energy of particles. Another student can explain particle motion, describing how particles move faster when they gain energy and slower when they lose energy. Another student may talk about how temperature is measured, including the use of thermometers and different temperature scales such as Celsius. Another member can give example of temperature changes in everyday life, such as boiling water, melting ice, or the warming of the air during the day. And another example for this is if the teacher is discussing boiling water, one student may explain that when water is heated, the temperature increases. Another student can explain that as the temperature increases, the particles of water move faster. Another student can discuss how a thermometer can measure the temperature of the water while it is heating. Another student can explain that when the particles move fast enough, the water begins to boil and change into steam. Through this activity, each student contributes a piece of information to the group. By sharing their ideas, students can connect the concept and clearly understand how temperature affects the motion of particles. This helps students develop deeper understanding, cooperation, and communication skills while learning scientific concepts. In conclusion, the Jigsaw puzzle strategy is an effective teaching approach because it promotes collaboration, critical thinking, and active learning amongst. By allowing students to teach and learn from each other, this strategy helps improve understanding and engagement in science classroom.